Welcome back to How This Mom Does It, and today I'm going to be sharing a little bit more information about each individual subject that we're going to be covering next year, what we're going to be using, and if we've used it before or my thoughts on it so far, and kind of give you a little bit better look at what we're going to be using. And today we're going to be going over grammar. So if you're interested in seeing what we're going to be using for our grammar for the 2016-2017 school year, stay tuned. For our 2016-2017 school year, we're going to be using First Language Lessons for the Well-Trained Mind Level 1 and Grammar Minutes Grade 2. We did start First Language Lessons for the Well-Trained Mind Level 1 last year, and my daughter she just really wasn't ready for it. She needed a little bit more time to mature and to really understand what a narration was. She just really wasn't ready for that. So we decided to hold off on that, and she did do the Grammar Minutes Grade 1 last year along with a different program, and that worked well for us last year. But I thought that it would be good to try First Language Lessons again this year. I do like that it has more of a classical approach to it. I like that it also does the narration and the recitation and memorization of poems. I like that it also introduces picture study, all things that I think are pretty important and would like to introduce to my daughter. And I think I like how they make it really easy for someone like me who is not very confident in grammar. I want to make sure that I'm teaching it to her the right way, and they are very scripted, which some people might not like, but I actually like that it's scripted. So, for instance, just lesson 1, it's instructor, student, instructor. So it really just tells you what to say, and it gives you what the student is expected to say. It gives you an idea of what a student could give as an answer, and I do like that. It also, as you go into it, you start doing things like picture study. There's lots of poems, and they're really good poems that I found in here that I like, and they're short, so it's little bits to memorize. It's nothing too intimidating for the child. There are 100 lessons, and with the First Language Lessons, they also have a CD that you can buy. The CD doesn't read the lessons to them, but it's the poems and the stories that they're going to be going through. And also the songs for memorizing grammar rules are also in the CD. And my kids both really like listening to it, especially my daughter. She really likes fables and poems, and so she likes listening to it in the car. And it makes memorization of them pretty easy, since you can play it while you're driving and just put it on repeat, and then the kids can memorize it, and it doesn't take up any regular school time. You can do it on the go. So I do like that. So that's First Language Lessons. And then with that, we're also going to be using Grammar Minutes, and I really like this. My daughter really loved it. She requested to do it again. She did first grade last year, so she's doing second grade this year. And basically, it's 100 100 grammar minutes, so 100 lessons. But they're not really lessons. It's more like just practice. So that's why I think it will go really well with First Language Lessons, because First Language Lessons isn't a workbook. It's all, for the most part, oral lessons that you're going to be doing with your child. If you write something down, a lot of it is something you write down, and they may copy it back, something like that, but it's not just like a workbook. And this is more like a workbook. Let's see. So basically, each page is considered 1 minute. And I don't time my daughter. I mean, I don't consider it like 1 minute she has to do this, but she does 1 page per day. And she does them pretty quickly. There's no color. There usually is a color picture or two on most pages, or just a plain picture, nothing with color. Usually there's a picture on most pages, but not all. But they're pretty quick to go through. There's not a lot of writing. There's more circling, quick one-word answers, that type of thing, something that they can do quickly. And if your child doesn't like to write a lot, and my daughter doesn't, she really doesn't like to write large quantities, like big paragraphs and that type of thing. She can, but she doesn't like to. So getting her to do a lengthy grammar lesson where she writes everything out is a little tough. So the Grammar Minutes is perfect for her. It's short, sweet, but it demonstrates that she understands the concepts. And that's pretty much what we get out of this. And there is some extra practice, and every once in a while they do reinforce, sometimes they'll give a little help at the top kind of thing, but for the most part it's just extra practice, I feel like, in grammar topics. So that is what we're going to be using for grammar for the 2016-2017 school year. If you like this video, click like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.